geometry, coordinate. Which is the third chapter. Okay. So the thing is, all right. Let's say I am standing on. Okay, just a minute. Mm, okay, I can't add images in this in the whiteboard. Mm, okay, just give me a minute. Okay. Are you able to see my screen now? Yeah. So, all right. So, and let me just add the images that I was talking. Oops. Okay. All right. So let's say this is like my road. Okay. So this is a road on which, let's say I am standing at this point. Okay. I'm standing at this point on the road. This is me. Let's say this is me. Okay. And this is a highway. All right. This is a highway. I'm standing over here. And let's say Hamna is standing way over here. We can't see each other. We are standing far away from each other. Okay. And I want to know how far away Hamna is from me. I want to know. Well, I call her up and I say, well, there is no live location. We can't share. There's no GPS or anything. So I want to know how far away she is from me so that we can meet up. And the thing is, there are no landmarks on this highway. It's a very long highway. How can we figure out our positions with respect to each other? Any ideas? Yes. Did you understand the question?
No, ma'am. Can you repeat?
Okay. Sorry. So this is a long highway, and on this highway, I'm standing over here. This is me, and Hamna is standing over here. Okay, we are very far away from each other. We can't see each other. Okay, we're not able to see each other. We are many, many kilometers away from each other. So the question is, how do I, how can we figure out the distance between us? How can we, we want to meet up. So how can we figure out the distance between us? There's no landmark over here. See, so when you have a landmark, what happens is you say, oh, can you come near this landmark, so I'll meet you up over there, right? But the thing over here in this case is that we don't have any landmarks. It's a very long highway. Is there anything we can do to figure out our positions with respect to each other? Like, for example, what I'm trying to say is, so if I call her up, okay, and I say, well, where are you? She says, I'm on this highway, but I don't know how far away I am from the highway, like from you on this highway. So if she starts, like, she doesn't know whether to meet me, she needs to come in this direction or she needs to go in this direction. She doesn't know. How can I give her the direction? Any idea? Think. You guys have done this before. You guys have studied this in your previous classes. This is just an application of what you've studied. What can we do? Any ideas? Yes, no, clueless.
No, ma'am, I have
Think.
no idea.
Okay, Mridula has no idea. No problem. Hamna, any ideas? Okay, so can we do this? How about, see, so this highway, there will be a beginning of this highway, right? So we need a reference point in order to figure out our distances, our positions. We need a reference point, right? So we need to make something the reference point. And that reference point has to be something that is fixed. Okay, the reference point has to be something that is fixed. So how about I say, well, do you remember where you started on this highway? Do you remember the beginning? So she'll be like, yeah, I remember. So that beginning of the highway, that is my reference point. Okay, that is our reference point. And that beginning of the highway, that reference point, we call it the origin. Okay, cool. Origin.
Yes, ma'am.
It's fine. Yeah. So this is the reference point. This is the origin, and we started from here. So I will say, well, I know that I am, let's say I am 3 kilometers from the starting point. So I will tell her that, one thing I know for sure is that I am 3 kilometers from my starting point. And she'll say, well, one thing I know for sure is that I am, let's say, 7 kilometers from the starting point. Okay, so we know this thing because we know from where we started, right? So we know our position with respect to the starting point, the origin, the fixed point. Okay, so now can we find out the distance between us?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the distance between us is going to be what? It's going to be 4 kilometers, right? So what we have done here is that we know that there is a reference point, a fixed point, with respect to which we each know our position. So it is easier for us to know the positions of other things as well. So what happens is, this is basically what you studied in your previous lessons, in your previous classes. This is called a number line, right? You studied about number line before. So the thing with the number line is that it has an origin. Okay, can you tell me a few points about a number line? Hamna, what do you know about a number line? Yes, Hamna? Mridula, do you know a few things about the number line?
Yes, ma'am. Our number line is divided into two types. Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, in the right side, it's
Hmm.
negative, and in the left side, it's positive. And
Okay,
ma'am,
just a minute. Just a minute, Mridula. You can continue in a while. So, you said in the right side it is positive. Right side of what? So, if I draw a number line like this, and it starts from here, let's say it starts from, this is 30, this is 40, 50, and so on. So, you are saying it is divided into two parts, and the right side is positive. So, let's say if I divide it like this is positive and this is negative. Am I right?
no, ma'am, ma'am, right side of zero and left side of zero.
Yes. Yes. So, what is zero called?
Ma'am, midpoint.
Yeah, this is called the origin, right? So 0 and O, they look alike. So we just call it O for origin, or you can also call it 0. Yeah. So continue, Mridula. So you told us one thing, that the right of the origin is positive and the left of the origin is negative. Okay. This is positive, this is negative. Okay.
Ma'am, we can represent Ma'am, we can represent decimals, fractions, and irrational numbers on the number line.
Right. So we can talk about all sorts of numbers or all real numbers. We can find them on this number line. Okay, very good. Anything else? Hamna, would you like to give a try? Do we know anything else?
Ma'am, ma'am, the number line is, ma'am, we can write, ma'am, the number line is not limited, and we can write
Yes,
as much as number I know and I
yes,
want, and we wanted to write it.
right. So it's the what is the word for it? Infinite, right? So the number line is infinite. So it's you know you can't say that, oh, the number line is from here to here. No, this is an arrow, and what does the arrow show? The
Ma'am,
arrow,
the number line will continue forever.
yes, it continues forever. It is infinite, right? Okay, so here are a few things that we know about the number line already. So one thing about the number line that you should know is this is known as one dimensional. Okay, the number line is one dimensional. Can you tell me what is an example of a two-dimensional thing? If the number line is one dimensional, what do you mean by two-dimensional then? What is
Ma'am,
dimension?
ma'am, this types of, ma'am, the examples of two-dimensional things are, ma'am, like square, rectangle, circle,
Hmm.
and ma'am, the third dimensional are sphere, cube, cuboid, and ma'am, etc.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's right. How about if you talk about the floor of your house, okay, the floor of the room where you're sitting, is it one dimensional, two dimensional, or three dimensional?
Ma'am, two-dimensional.
Yes, it is two dimensional. Okay, what about the number line?
Ma'am, as you said, it's one-dimensional.
Okay, so is it one dimensional because I said it is one dimensional, or what is the reason?
Ma'am, ma'am, in the number line, ma'am, there's no, ma'am, we can't measure the breadth of the number line.
Sorry, could you repeat?
Ma'am, in the number line, we can't measure the breadth of the number line.
Yes, okay, that is one way to look at it. Very good. Hamna, would you like to add anything? Okay, so the thing with the when we're talking about dimensions, right? A dimension, one dimensional means that you can only go in one direction. You can either go like this or like this, right? There's no up and down in this. You can either go to the right of the number line, right, or you can travel to the left, right? So you can only take this direction. You can't. There is no option for you to go in any other direction. But something, if we talk about a two-dimensional figure, as Mridula said, it is, you can talk about the floor of our room, right? The floor of our room. Or if we talk about not just the floor of our room, but also if you talk about the neighborhood, right? So if you take a walk in your neighborhood, that is also a two-dimensional figure. It is a plane, right? It is a plane. Plane, plane. So why is it a plane? Let's say these are all the streets, okay? This is your neighborhood where you live, and these are a few streets. I'll just quickly make these. Okay, so these are the streets in your neighborhood, and the thing is, so the lines, these lines are the streets, and these boxes are like covered with like filled with houses. Okay, so there are houses over there. So the thing is, over here you can move either, if let's say if you're standing over here, I hope this is like clear. Yeah, let's say if you're standing over here, you have an option to move to the right, right? you have an option to move upwards. So there is right, left, right and left, that is there. And you also have front and back. Or you can also say, you can call it up and down, whatever. So these two things, these are the two dimensions. So that's why we call it a two-dimensional area. So now my question is, let's say I'm standing over here. This is my locality, okay? I'm standing over here and someone else is standing way over here. How can I tell them my position? How can I tell them my position if they want to meet me up or something? Yes, Mridula, you were trying to say something?
I'm not sure, but by telling the right and left, am I indicating what other things around us?
Okay. But the thing is, I can't see that person. Okay. I can't see that person. And all the houses in this locality, they look exactly the same. And the thing is, since I can't see the person, I can't tell the person whether he or she has to come right or left, whether that person has to take a left turn or that person has to keep on going straight. I don't know, because I don't know where the person is. That person could be here also, but I don't know where that person is because I can't see them. So how do I tell them where I am?
Ma'am, by telling the distance,
Sorry,
ma'am, by telling the distance,
the distance between what and what?
ma'am, from the beginning point,
Okay. So that means we need to have a fixed beginning point, right? Something that everyone, that is standard, that everyone knows that, okay, this is a fixed point, that this is the beginning, as you said, the beginning point. So what shall we keep as the beginning point? Shall we keep it at as this over here, the
yes,
bottom
ma'am.
left corner? Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
let's call this the origin. Okay. Why origin? Because it also looks like zero, right? It looks like zero. So um, that's just one way I like to think about it. So I can say, well, if this is my beginning point or zero, then this can be street number one, this can be street number two, three, four, five. Okay. And similarly, I can call this also something else, right? So I can tell that person my direction. I can say, well, you can come at, street number one, and let's call this lane A, lane B, lane C, and so on. So you see, whenever you go to localities, you observe that there are markings, or there is a certain system that the houses are numbered, right? So that helps us in navigating throughout that locality. So you can tell that person, well, if you're standing, whatever place you're standing at, you can find me at 1C. You can find me at street number 1 from here, and lane C from here. So that is one way in which we can tell the person our whereabouts. Another common, you can say, real life observance of this particular system is, just a sec, yeah, the chessboard. So do you guys play chess? No? Okay. I guess you guys don't. Okay. So let's say if I have my piece at, let's say, this any point, let's say I have it over here. I don't know the rules of chess, but let's say I have my piece over here, okay? And I am telling my friend that, well, I want to move this piece, to another block. Let's say I want to move it over here. So in instead of telling, the thing is, I can't point it out to that person. Like, let's say I'm talking on the phone, or let's say I'm having a conversation with the person and I'm saying that I want to move this piece over there. So instead of referring to my piece as saying, that piece which is standing next to the queen or which is standing next to the, so instead of that, what I can do is I can say, move my piece which is at D4, right? D, this is D. So my piece is over here at D, the column of D, and the row is 4. So I will say move the piece which is at D4, move it to, now what should I say if I want to move it over here? Who will tell me?
Ma'am, F6.
Yes, F6, right? So this is basically how we navigate in two-dimensional spaces, okay? Also notice that when we talk about two-dimensional spaces, we have the concept of, you can also tell someone, if you are, let's say again, in a neighborhood, you can tell someone, move these many spaces east, okay, then you move these many spaces north or these many blocks north, right? So this is also another way or another measurement when we're talking about two-dimensional spaces. So any questions up until now? Any questions? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
My question was, do you guys have any questions, any doubts? Anything you'd like to add, any experience you'd like to share, anything at all?
No, ma'am, no doubt. Yeah, still here.
Okay, all right. Okay, so can you name um can you name anywhere in your life that you've experienced this system of, you know, naming things like this? Like you're saying that, oh, come at this point and that point, where you have to uh, pinpoint a particular place and you talk about two numbers to give that information. So basically what we did, let me just give you a recall. What we did was, when we were talking about a number line, I only had to give you one number, right? Let's say if I had to uh, point out this point over here, just a minute. If I had to point out this point over here, I will just give you one number. I'll say -8, and you know where that -8 is going to be. So I just gave you one number, right? But in a two-dimensional space, which is known as a plane, right? In a two-dimensional plane, I need two numbers to give my position to someone. One number is going to be on this axis. We call this an axis, right? One number is going to be on this axis, and the other number is going to be on the other axis, the vertical axis. So I'm going to give you two numbers, just like recall over here. I gave you two numbers, D4, right? Over here also, we said 1C and so on. So in a two-dimensional plane, you need two numbers. So these two numbers are known as coordinates. Sorry. These two numbers are known as coordinates. Have you ever heard of coordinates before in any other area of life other than math?
Science, ma'am.
Yes, science. Where in science?
Ma'am, in
Yes, yes.
physics for a like graph or something.
Right, for graph. And have you heard of this in geography? Have you heard this term in geography? Okay. have you, okay, are you aware of the terms longitude and latitude?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay, latitude, what did I write? Just a sec.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I heard the coordinate term in
Hmm.
geography. I just remembered
Hmm.
that right now.
Right. Right. So when we're talking about longitude and latitude, so let's just take an example of what we just talked about over here in math. This vertical axis, or okay, forget about this vertical axis. Let's talk about this graph sheet, or not graph sheet, this chessboard. Okay, this chessboard. So let's say I was starting from here, or let me just use another pen. I was starting from here, right? This was my starting point, wasn't it? Because this is the point from where I started numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, I started numbering on the vertical axis also. This is the vertical axis, right? So this is where I started numbering the vertical axis also. And this is where I started numbering the horizontal axis also, right? A, B, C, D. So this is where I started it. So this becomes my origin. Now, similarly, what we do is just remember these two red lines, okay? These two axes. But there's one we have, this is called the horizontal axis, or in math, we call it the x-axis. I hope you guys are aware of that. And this is the vertical axis, and this is called the y-axis, right? So similarly, the longitude and latitude. Now, can you guys recall which one is the x-axis and which one is the y-axis when it comes to the map of the Earth?
Ma'am, longitude is the x-axis and latitude is the y-axis.
Okay, what about you, Hamna? What do you think? Okay, so before we go into that, so if we have two axes, just now we talked about two axes, right? If we have two axes, so the singular is axis and the plural is axis, right? So if we have two axes, we are going to have a starting point or the origin. So can you tell me what is the origin? What is the origin when it comes to the map of the Earth, where the longitude and latitude meet? Do you guys know? Okay, let's do one thing. Um, just a sec. Um, yeah. So I hope you can see this. Okay, so this is my Earth. Why is it not moving? It's supposed to move. Yeah, it's moving now. So this is my Earth. Can you see the latitudes and longitudes now? Can you see it? Can you see them? Are you able to see any lines on this? Come
No,
on.
ma'am.
No, you're not able to see. Yeah. So let me just switch that on. Where it go? Okay, so we switched it on. So now your job is to find, you have to find out the origin, 0, or it's more going to be
Ma'am,
0 and 0. Yes.
no, it's
Ma'am,
equator.
it's on the equator.
Okay, it is definitely on the equator, right? Okay. So I have zoomed in. So can you tell me where it's going to be? Like,
Ma'am, the equator and the prime meridian.
Yes, the equator and the prime meridian. So the point where the equator and the prime meridian cross each other, that is going to be my 0, 0, right? So as you can see, on the right of this prime meridian, I have 1 degree east, 2 degree east, 3 degree east, and so on. On the left of it, I have 1 degree west, 2 degree west, and so on. So the vertical line is the prime meridian, and you can see above the prime meridian, I have 1 degree north, 2 degree north, and so on. Below the equator, I have 1 degree south, 2 degrees south, and so on. So this point over here is going to be our origin. So the way we, just a sec. Yeah. So how we write this is we say, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, right? And this is my origin. This is 1, 2, and so on. So if I pick a point over here, or not over here, let's say, if I pick this point, I'm going to write its coordinates. Okay, the coordinates of this point are going to be 1, 2, not 2, 1. It's going to be 1, 2. Why? Because first we have to, this is just the standard that we use. It's used everywhere, right? You have to first write the x coordinate. You have to first write the x coordinate and then the y coordinate. Is anyone going to tell me what is the other name for the x coordinate?
Ma'am, abscissa.
Yes, abscissa. And what is the other name for the y coordinate?
Ma'am, ordinate.
Ordinate. Very good. Okay, so let's just do a few quick exercises. Oops, we're almost out of time. Yeah, okay. Oops. All right, so I'm gonna do, this is my point. Hamna, can you tell me the coordinates of this point? Can you see it? Should I zoom in? Oops.
Ma'am, 3, 4.
Yes. No. 1 sec. Yeah. Now tell me. Mridula, what do you think? What are the coordinates of this point?
Ma'am, 4, 3.
4, 3. Why 4, 3 and why not 3, 4?
Ma'am, when we write the coordinates of any point, first we locate the coordinate of 4, then we locate the coordinate of 5.
Yes. First we mention the ordinate. I'm sorry. First we mention the abscissa, which is the x coordinate, right? Because x comes before y, right? X comma y. So it's first the x, which is 4, and then the y, which is 3. So let's have one more. Let's have this. Can you tell me the coordinates of B, Mridula?
Ma'am, -2, -2.
Okay, -2, -2. And can you tell me this, Hamna? C.
Ma'am, 4, -5.
4, -5. Very good. And can you tell me yeah, let me just zoom it in a little bit. Yeah, can you tell me this now, Mridula?
Ma'am, -3, 4.
-3, 4. Okay. Now can anyone tell me these 4? See, so basically my 2 axes are dividing my entire plane into how many parts?
Ma'am,
4.
4 parts.
Yes, 4 parts. And what are these 4 parts called?
Ma'am, each
Ma'am,
part.
quadrant.
Ma'am,
Yes,
each part is known as quadrant. Ma'am, it
Hmm.
moves in the anti-clockwise direction. And the
Hmm.
first quadrant has a positive and positive. Ma'am,
Hmm.
second quadrant has positive, ma'am, negative and positive.
Hmm. Okay, just a
Third
minute. So
quadrant
these
is
are known
negative.
as, just a minute. Let me just write it down. Okay, quadrants. Right. So first quadrant is, this is the first quadrant, and you said yes, Mridula?
It has a positive and positive, only positive
Yes.
numbers
So
in both
both
of the
of them are
experiments.
positive, right? Both of them are positive. Abscissa and ordinate are both positive. And this is the second quadrant. Over here, what do we have?
Ma'am, ma'am, negative and positive numbers.
Negative and positive. And the third quadrant, Hamna, would you like to try?
Ma'am, both the axes have the negative numbers.
Okay. Okay. And fourth quadrant?
Ma'am, x ma'am, y-axis has my negative and x-axis have positive numbers.
Okay, wait, just a sec. I think my screen wasn't sharing properly. Wait a minute. Oh, so I was basically writing this whole thing down and you guys weren't able to see it. Okay. So let's just, I don't think we have much time. Let's just do a few quick exercises, okay? Where it go? All right. Okay. So what is the answer for the first one? Hamna, you guys have to answer very, very quickly, okay? Hamna, first one. Okay. Mridula,
Ma'am, second quadrant.
okay, second quadrant. Point minus 3 comma 5 lies in the second quadrant. Okay. Hamna, is it clear why? Hamna. Okay, let's move forward. Signs of the abscissa and ordinate of a point in the second quadrant are, what is the right
Ma'am,
option?
C. Ma'am,
C.
C.
Okay. Question 3. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's do it. Let's do this together. So what is the point? 0 and I think it is 0 and minus 7. Yes. So
Ma'am, it lies on the y-axis.
okay, let's do it together. So all right. So we know that 0. Okay, Hamna, can you hear me? Just unmute yourself and answer if you can hear me. Okay, so this is my 0, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am, I can hear you.
okay, okay. So Hamna, if I talk about a point over here, let's say this is 1, let's say this is 2. So Hamna, what are the coordinates of this point? Yes, Hamna, what are the coordinates of this point? Let's call this point as A. A. What are the coordinates of A? Okay, let's do one thing. So let's ask ourselves, to reach A, or before A, let's do another one. Hamna, are you there? Once again, just checking. Okay, no response. All right, so let's say I have a point over here. Let's name it P. Okay. Now I have to first ask myself, I can't just directly go from O to P like this. Okay, I can't do that. I need to, because let's imagine that there are all grid lines over here, like how we had in the street, right? So we have to go like this. First, we have to go like this, and then we have to go like that, right? So my first question to you guys is, we have to first walk along the path of the x-axis. So how many units do I have to walk along the x-axis? That has to be my question first. So let's say this is 4. Okay, so that means I have to walk. Okay, hear this very carefully, Hamna. I have to walk 4 units along the x-axis. I have to walk 4 units along the x-axis. From here to here it is 4. And then let's say this is 5. And then I have to walk 5 units in the vertical direction along the y-axis. So I have to walk 5 units in the vertical direction. Okay. So that is how we know that the coordinates of this point are 4 and 5. So now, Hamna, I'm going to ask you the question again. For this point A, how many units do you have to walk along the x-axis, along the horizontal direction? How many units do you have to walk to get to the point A along the x direction? Yes? Anyone? Mridula?
In which direction?
How many units do I have to walk in the horizontal direction along the x-axis to reach the point A? First we're going to talk about the x-axis, and then we're going to move on to the y-axis. So how many units should I walk along this direction?
0.
0, right? So you don't have to walk at all. You don't have to go at all in this direction, right? All you have to do is you only have to walk in which direction, Mridula?
Ma'am, in the
In the vertical
y-axis,
direction.
vertical direction.
Yes, y-axis. So you only have to walk in the vertical direction. And how many units do you have to walk in the vertical direction?
Ma'am, 1 unit.
1 unit. So we didn't have to walk at all in the x-axis, and we had to walk 1 unit in the y-axis. Therefore, the coordinates of this point are 0, 1. Is that clear, Hamna? If it's not, you can just ask me to repeat. Okay, I guess you're having some network issues. All right, so that's it for today's class. And if there are any questions, you guys can ask, or else we can leave.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then.
Good night, ma'am.